Top left-hand side, we kick off into this best-of-3 ZvP. Denver in the top left-hand side. Our green Zerg is up against the red Protoss in the bottom right. It's GunGFuBanDa. The tree is beginning to weaken. You guys are not very good at... You guys are actually terrible at killing the tree. You're just terrible at it. What can I say? Da 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 da. All right. Freaking Twitch, 7 ads in a row before the stream loaded. Some due date. That's probably just because you got hit by the pre-roll ad, followed by the ad break, because you probably just tuned in as we started the ad break. So it's probably just bad timing, if nothing else. Just unlucky. Bottom right, GunGFuBanDa, our red Protoss player here as we get going in this game. What was the guy's name from the Pylon show last night? Like, you were the biggest asshole in the chat? Not on me. Well, it probably is on me, because I did actually run the ads. So, it probably, honestly, you probably just joined the stream just before my ad roll, my own ad roll. And as you joined the stream before my own ad roll, obviously it made things a little bit awkward. So, just bad timing, I think. A little bit of funkiness over here. ZvP blocking this position. ZvP has a lot of health, which is why he blocks it. Just wants to keep Denver off of a third hatch for a while. It's obviously been a little bit interesting here early on. Apologies for not paying a lot of attention to it. Second's going to rock down towards the ZvP and Adept in the back trying to keep it safe, but it will be surrounded. So Denver able to clean this up. He's making a lot of lings. It looks like he wants to link flood across the map as a follow-up to this. I mean, that ZvP has quite a lot of surface area on it, so maybe some potential to actually get damage done with that here as we get this ready to go. So lings moving across. There's going to be some drones behind it, but obviously a lot of millings already made, so may as well try and get something done with this. Overlord just going to get pushed away a little bit there, off to the side. Why ZvP block instead of the pylon? It just blocks it for longer because the Cybernetic core has so much more HP. Obviously, you already had pylon blocked it, and because you need a pylon there to be able to build the ZvP, right? So it's just extending the amount of time it was blocked for, to the point where Denver even takes his third hatchery down on the 4th base location. So Denver, from a very early stage of the game, is already set up to try and defend across multiple bases. Overlord sat up in the main, and it's going to be having a little bit of a look to see what's going on here. Twilight Council coming up to completion in the next few moments as we do see those Zerglings of Denver just sat out the front with the Oracle chilling, spinning around on the top side. Circle picked off there. Ooh, Lings are going to find a bunch of Adepts out of position. Being kind of supported by an Oracle though, so not that bad a trade in the end for GunGFuBanDa. It does clean up a lot of the Zerglings. Even has 1 Adept left over. And these Lings are super low, so they have to back away. And the other Oracle came back home as well. 22 more Lings on the way up from Denver. Wants to keep the pressure up here. Knowing he's killed a lot of Adepts, might feel as though there's an opportunity for him to get a cancel on a 3rd base. Charge starting up. Zergling's going to be coming around through the top side there, and just going to see a couple of Oracles coming in and starting to work their way through a Queen. A little bit of damage done. Oracle gets taken down, so Oracle falls. Meanwhile, over here we do have a force field from the Sentry. Zergling still with a little bit of a surround at the moment. working their way through this. The Zealot goes down, the Adept and the Sentry all fall. Pylon also going to get picked off here as the cancel comes in on the Nexus. And again, these Zerglings just gathering up down to the bottom. As a nice force field comes in position. Zealot continue to swipe its way through. Zergling after Zergling after Zergling at the moment. Good job, well done. Denver on his way to the top left-hand side. Just backing away, but again, I like it. Just gets rid of that third base. Going to force, I mean, is GunGfu going to try and take this bottom base instead? Currently 2 base in it as he drops the Forge and the Templar Archives. There's Prism on the way too, and 4 more gates. Probably just precautionary and just spending his money until he can get the third Nexus, but it's definitely being slowed down quite a bit at the moment. Multiple Queens in position here to help deflect this, so very minimal damage dealt by the Oracle and Phoenix combo. 48 Lings lost this game, but lost by GunGfu as well. Denver doing a decent job in all of this. Tried to delay the expansion, gets delayed on his own. Different stages of the game though. I mean, it gets kind of funny because there was a lot of Lings made initially. He's now making actually some Banes, Denver, so he actually really wants to end this game with the momentum that he has perhaps. Making these Banes already without even Bane speed being ready. This is interesting. He's going to go drop a Lords. Oh man, he's going to try and Baneling bomb this army. I love it. I absolutely love it. There isn't really much in this army. I mean, Zealots and the Sentries, there's only 1 Archon. The Bane bombs have so much potential here. Everything loading up and, well, here we go. 10 Banelings. As the Zerglings obviously ready to run in as well. The Lings seeing that army here, going to run off a little bit. The Banes are coming in from the northern side. Here we go. Banelings coming overhead, and here we go. Banelings dropping down. Sentries will desperately try to throw down force fields, but it's not looking too pretty. Even a couple of Banes left over right now. Loads up Zerglings into the overlords to drop them on the other side here and to be able to break straight into the natural. Going to try and get that Archon as well, which is already low. 1 Archon goes down, the other Archon low as well. Let's try and pick up as many kills as it can. It's on 18, 19 and counting, but it's pretty much the only thing he really has for defense, although it looks as though he will defend here with more Zerglings streaming across. Denver should really just throw some towards the third base there. I mean, he's got the numbers to maybe get some damage done there as he unloads a little bit into the main, but I mean, units already warped in, so not much they can do. I mean, I guess it costs him a Stalker. Prism might run out to save the other Stalker and the Zealot Archon showing up, and that's pretty much an end of that here as we see a Zealot warped in on the third. Good defense still by GunGfu actually to hold on against all of this. Man, the Bane bombs were fun, but that was about it. Is that a Beyond host for the 3rd day in a row? Is that a Beyond host for the 3rd day in a row? It feels like it is. Hello everyone from Beyond's stream. I am absolutely privileged and blessed to have you here. Thank you so much, Beyond, for the big host again. I feel like I say this every single day lately. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. As you do see those Banes rolling in. Zealots blowing up a little bit. Oracle overhead. Link surrounding. Archon gets taken down. We do see those Zerglings continue to surround a pylon. Cannon in a little bit of trouble as well. Morling is going to be streaming in. As we do see the Sentry gets picked off as well. And still those Lings just going off on whatever they can. Immortal gets taken down there. Feels like again though GunGFuBanDa holds off this aggression. And Denver's still not really gone beyond the 52 or 53 workers that he's had for quite a while here now. He's coming back around. Bane's going to roll over to the right side. Going to roll on in towards this 3rd base here. And, well, that Phoenix of GunGfu heading up the left-hand side as well. Bane's rolling in and blowing up a couple of these Zealots. 6 probes, sorry, going down there so far. Again, a lot of these Lings out in the centers. We see the Lings just dropping into the main base en masse at the moment. Continue to move forwards there as we're going to be seeing. Still, though, they get cleaned up, and Denver now has finally added on some extra drones along the way, so going in towards that. Oh, runs right into the stasis ward. Hydra's on the way up, so again, hitting a different kind of set of units now. Lingbane Hydra rather than just Lingbane. Why no host alert? We just don't have host alerts turned on. Just to kind of stop people spamming us with them. I mean, obviously, Beyond's host isn't a spam. And you can set viewership, like, minimum requirements. It's just not something I've ever had turned on. Usually because I'm casting anyways, so I see it, and I can just be like, thank you and welcome, and get hyped. We had Rotterdam playing this tournament just before, guys. He's still got a game to play, or a series to play against Clem. BCQD has still got GunGFuBanDa to play as well. So we still got a bunch of action coming up for you guys, including some Terran plays. If you are interested, of course, in some Terran, which I assume if you're watching Bjorn's stream, you perhaps are. Good to have you with us, guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you again to Bjorn for the host. So let's run over here, and then he's going to go and jump on towards these couple of probes. So, a couple of probes starting to take some damage. Here comes GunGfu, though. After being in defense mode for so long now, it's time for him to get across the map and try and put on some pressure of his own. The link counterattacks have definitely thinned out. There's not really much left there. Overlord going down. Denver needs to be careful. He could hit a supply block, which is not good, especially just as an attack comes in, right? So he needs to be a little bit careful. Denver bringing those Zerglings back into the center. Army pushing forwards. GunGFuBanDa going to see what he can do as the Zealots charge in. Oh, Bane connections are okay-ish at the moment. A few extra Banes going off. The Hydras and Queens doing a pretty good job of this, actually. The Zealots going down so fast. And the Prism gets sniped by the Hydras on the south side. Big play there. That's actually really big. As we see drones going down, those Zealots in the natural get quite a bit of damage done. So that counter is the big part of this at the moment, it feels like. Those two, I'm surprised Denver isn't jumping on this, because especially he killed the Prism. There's no micro to really be able to save those. So that's going down in the natural. Zealots up in the main base, going to be in some trouble as well. Just a couple of those going down. As again, the Archons, the Immortals, coming on over to the right-hand side. Man, GunGfu is still making things happen here. Killing off a hatchery, killing off a lot of drones. Keeps him in the game after that big fight to the bottom was not really what it was kind of cut out to be for GunGfu. That was a bit of a failure, loses the Prism. The fact he kept 2 of the Immortals and 2 of the Archons alive was obviously very important there. And very well done. We're taking a bit of damage. Banelings morphing in up to the top side. Lanes, Hydras, Banes pressing forwards. Going to see these rocks taken down now as well. Sword up to the top. Pops without much to say about it. Phoenix is going to kill that Overlord, so Overlord going down. And some more Banelings just morphing in here. As we're going to be seeing that Pylon gets picked off. The Nexus is down as well. So keeping GunGfu back on full bases. Denver, does he want to press in though? No +2 melee yet, which means he can't just roll a single Bane into a mineral line and blow it all up. And here we go again. Hydra's picking their way through the gateways. And one storm coming down. Single Zerg at the front there gets picked off. Single Ling getting picked off there too. Couple more Lings still pressing forwards. Bane's moving in. Seeing what they can do. High Templars looking for storms. First storm drops. The Hydralisk goes down. Another storm drops as well. Oh, more Hydras though. Just getting so much done. Couple of Archons picked off pretty much right away there. Very nicely done. Across the map, Zealot counterattack. I feel like Denver's doing a lot, but then these Zealots show up and suddenly he loses a bunch more drones. Now he's on 49 workers, so he really needs to spend a few moments rebuilding workers here and just kind of chilling out, which will buy GunGFuBanDa some time to sort of just, again, set up a defense back at home. 15 minutes into this, the PVZ. I haven't really talked much about where the group is at the moment, by the way, but in terms of results so far, Denver, GunGFuBanDa, I mean, if Denver wins this, he'll be 3-0. If GunGFuBanDa wins this, he'll be 2-1 with Denver put down to 2-1. Sorry, GunGFuBanDa will be 2-0 with Denver put down at a 2-1. BCQD's 1-1 right now. We actually haven't seen any of Clem yet today. We'll see some of him soon. Roddy is, of course, currently 0-3. I say, of course, that's a little bit harsh. Didn't mean it like that. Just because we've already seen his matches on the stream. And that's the only reason I say it like that, as we do see some extra High Templar warping in, some extra Zealots too. Charge around there. A couple of Zerglings going to get picked off. Drones in a little bit of trouble. Just pushing over to the left side, and we'll be able to get rid of those. So just able to clean up here. A couple of Archons, a couple of Immortals. Wanting to push forwards. We do see some of these Banelings. They're going to be coming forwards themselves at the moment. So seeing what they can do is at the bottom side. A couple of storms going off, and again, these Hydralisks going to continue to fight here in a nice big concave. There isn't really many storms left remaining, right? Maybe a couple. They've just gotten the energy for extra storms. Zealots are kind of charging in just one or so at a time in a big long line, which gets shut down very quickly. This Nexus is going down, and the fourth base will be kept away from our Protoss player once again. But not just that, Feels like GunGFu's starting to lose the rest of these units. Again, the Archons, they're decent splash damage, but these Hydras are just putting out so much damage without anything in front of these Archons. It's really hurting. One of the Immortals goes down too. The extra Zealots will maybe turn this away. Denver is going to lose all of his Hydras, and GunGFu will have units left over. Obviously, this is an expensive loss from Denver, but GunGFu's also lost so much, and GunGFu kept away from that 4th base is huge. Denver lost this base again, unable to keep his own economy up and running very comfortably. 56 to 50 workers. Main base is mined out here, 16.5 minutes into the game. Natural expansions have about 1,000 minerals left on them and less than 1,000 gas. So we are mining out here currently on the bases that are taking full Kairos Junction. Changeling gets picked off there. Probe throws down the Nexus on the bottom side. Zealots and a couple of Mortals going to walk up this ramp as well and try and see what's up. 6 more Hydralisks on the way out here from Denver. Oh, that Oracle just gets picked off. As we do see these Zerglings just going to grab another probe, getting what they can. Obviously, they're not going to cancel a Nexus, but picking a couple of probes off here or there does go quite nicely with those couple of sentries pushing that Overseer out into the center. Prism and the Zealot up to the top side. More Hydras coming up as well. Lings and Banelings still gathering down on the bottom, and a few of them are about to finish morphing in and ready to roll forwards. Banes loading up into those Overlords. 24 more Zerglings currently on the way out. Hydras all the way up to the top right. We'll get rid of this Prism and maybe a few of those Zealots. That's actually a really nice catch, because that's a lot of Zealots that are just doing nothing. They don't even get a single Hydra kill, which is sometimes you can maybe kick up a couple there just because the Zealots do so much damage on the charge in. Denver gives up this base immediately, doesn't try to hold on to it, so he's going to be reset to 3 bases of his own, but the counterattack finds a High Templar immediately and probes long distance mining, so again, looking to shut down base for a base at the moment, and honestly, it's looking good. He forces a recall. I feel like that's quite nice for him. He will actually turn and try and fight me. For a moment, he wanted to jump on top of the High Templar. Man, those Banes. If he had the other Banelings there ready, can you imagine this army just shows up and boom, you blow everything up? Well, here we go. These Baneling bombs coming in. Kind of needs to get some of the Banes towards the... oh, he's blown up the High Templar so far. Not bad, not bad. Still needs to get some of the Banes towards the Zealots as well, though, because that would help a lot. As you see the Banes rolling forwards, he still doesn't quite get the kills there, though. More Banes on the top of this Denver army as he comes around. That's... I don't even know what that was. I just got picked off. Nice storm. Now he's only got a couple of storms left, though. Oh, and here come the Banelings on the other side, so the storms are difficult to place, and there it is. No more storms. Banes roll into the mineral line, and they get 7 more probes. GunGFuBanDa is just going to clean this up again, isn't he? Another Archon. Zealots being kited away by the 5 remaining Hydras. A couple of probes taken down too. That Immortal just about surviving, and more units running across the map as Denver on 45 drones is trying to finish GunGFuBanDa in a 19-minute scrappy game. Absolute ridiculousness at the moment. As we do see more Lings gathering to the right-hand side. Hydra's setting up as well. I mean, this has just been absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy so far. So it's High Templars, an Archon and an Immortal going forwards here, going to come in and pick off a few of those Changelings. Here we go, Storm comes down, and we are going to be having these Hydras and Banes pushing forwards. Nexus will fall. Oh, I mean, we're really low on units now from GunGFuBanDa. Kind of feels like maybe there's not enough. The Archon splash kills 3 Hydras, 4 Hydras. The Archon goes down, though. What a game number 1. Wow. Top left-hand side of game number 2, our green Zerg player. This is Denver. Going up against the orange Protoss in the bottom right, we have ourselves GunGFuBanDa. Great game number 1. Scrappy, back and forth, a lot of fun. Awesome, loved it. How much do I need to donate to out-hurt? I don't try to hurt myself. I'm pretty sure I can't take donations for trying to hurt myself as well. I'm pretty sure that's against terms of service on Twitch or so. Somewhere along the way, you know? This was, or still is, an attempted cannon rush, by the way, from GunGFuBanDa. Good job, Wardy, recognizing that one quickly enough. Just joining in. How's it going for Rotterdam? Not brilliantly. He's not won a game yet. With Clem left to play, it doesn't look too pretty. So, yeah, unfortunately, Roddy's not having the best of times, but we love him anyways. Honestly, some of Roddy's games have been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying them. I feel kind of bad that he's losing, but it has been a lot of fun. Oh man, this is actually kind of bad for Denver because this cannon will be able to target down a few of these drones. Who's disconnecting? Uh-oh. GunGFuBanDa. Not a great time to disconnect, honestly. Oh, we're back into this here. The drones getting back towards that cannon. I mean, if he breaks through this cannon, he can break through the next cannon. And then those pylons over there are not going to be that effective. Drones will pull away, letting the Lings kind of get the job done. Is it enough? Probe comes in as well. Spinecrawler up too. This is a defense, but then another cannon down on the bottom. Spine will relocate. Drones will want to just pull away. Nice target fire. Gets 2 more drone kills. Nexus just now starts. Obviously, the Nexus is very late here for GunGfu. And this cannon will go down. This will be a cleanup. This was expensive, though, for GunGfu. The Nexus is very late. He's invested... I mean, he's going to lose 1,062 minerals to 425. Yeah, it slows Denver down as well, obviously, and he loses drones. He's behind in workers, but now Denver can just drone up. There's no real concern for him in terms of anything else. And he can force GunGfu to... Well, he's already forced GunGfu to make a cannon back at home as well. So, nice job there. Nauticals coming in with the 4-month free sub. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. Appreciate you quite a bit, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As GunGfu is obviously not going to be in too great of a spot here, having failed this cannon rush. I mean, again, he got a little bit of damage done. We'll see if it's going to be enough in the end. These Lings don't obviously get in or anything, but the Spine just slowly cleaning this out at the moment. And GunGfu taking a little bit of a lead. There you go, Nauticals with a 4-month free sub. Kikai coming in with a Twitch Prime sub as well. You guys are just not stopping today. It's a little bit crazy, actually. You guys are just not stopping. Thank you so much. Kikai. Get your decoration ready for the tree as well. As Denver's third hatchery we see here is already just very well set up. Already looking very good. Wonder what GunGfu tries to do to get back into this, actually, at this stage. It's tough, right? I mean, what do you do to get back into it at this stage? Twilight Council on his way up here in the main. Overlord is sat overhead. Ling speed about to finish up as well here from Denver. A couple of gateways just dropping down. Test Carapace coming up, and yeah, Resonating Glaives it is. Okay, so GunGfu gonna go for it. I like it when you're a little bit behind, doing something a little bit more cheeky than just going into like a Stargate and so on. Obviously makes a lot of sense. And while Glaives isn't necessarily an unorthodox build, is one which is, you know, the Zerg can make mistakes against it. And at this stage, as GunGFuBanDa, the position he is in, I kind of feel you need to look at this and be like, you know what, I need to kind of make the Zerg make mistakes to kind of let me back in this. So that's what he's going to hope for just a little bit here. He goes double Stargate behind us. It's going to be Phoenix Adept. We actually saw Roddy playing this style against Denver earlier, and it did, well, or it was a successful defense by Denver in those games, so we'll see how that goes. Stalker just sat down on the low ground here for the moment. 5 Adepts will start to shade across towards the upper right-hand side, so trying to see what they can do in the next few moments. And Roach dropping down over here on the natural. Overlord moving out into the center. Overlord down the left. And 11 Roaches currently building up from Denver. Already just kind of preparing for something like Adepts to arrive. So pretty well set out. He does see Adept shading forward. So good information for Denver. Well, I wonder if he goes double Stargate Phoenix. I wonder if the Phoenix will be enough to kind of hold off if Denver continues to attack aggressively. Because that's definitely a possibility here. We'll see if Denver cuts unit production to go for more drones. I mean, he is setting up for +1 perhaps with the Evo. Roach speed obviously can start too. Okay, he does go for more drones. These Roaches and Lings are just about shutting down the first wave of Adepts, not necessarily about moving across the map to do more damage. Phoenix moving out through the center. Adepts up the right-hand side. Actually just shading by those first few Zerglings. The Roach is going to be missing them as well. So actually, these Adepts get across the map without really being seen. The Phoenix now seen by this Queen. Well, I mean, positives and negatives, right? Positives for GunGFuBanDa, potential to get a lot of damage done. Negatives for GunGFuBanDa, probably going to lose his third base. So let's see, because he doesn't really have much back at home right now. These Phoenix out of position to defend as well. And here we go, Roach is shove. I mean, even if you recall the Adepts, though, they're not really going to do much. So, oh, look at that. He's actually just going to say, you know what, let's push forwards. Let's see what happens. We're going to be seeing those, well, that Stalker going to get taken down, so he's just going to break straight into the natural. I like the idea, because honestly, there isn't a lot ready. The Sentry warping in gets taken down. Here come the Adepts, try and do something. Hydra's on the way up to eventually clean it out. The Phoenix come home to lift up some of these Roaches. Denver decides to put a few Roaches on the third base, and is just getting stuck there a little bit on his own Zerglings for a moment, so has to be careful. Going to get rid of a shield battery. That third Nexus is going down. Across the map, the Adepts starting to go big, but they're just going to kind of hide away in a bit of a corner there, which means they can be chased down. Roaches and Lings not really attacking probes, though, over in the main. Roaches will show up in the natural mineral line at least, and as Void Rays will start to pick them off, there still will be a good amount of probes killed off here by Denver, as he gets 4 kills so far. Now up to 6, 7, 8. Plenty and plenty of damage being done so far. 10 probes killed, actually, in the end. So 10 probes going down. 3 drones as well, as we do see Hydras from Denver starting to move forwards. Obviously, with the Hydras out, he has a bit of a better response to those Phoenix, and we haven't already cleaned out the Adepts. You can probably get away without too many Roaches to kind of buffer for those Hydras as well for a little while. A couple of Phoenix getting picked off nice and quickly. 5 of them still around. Man, losing 2 Phoenix when you're double Stargating is really painful, because you need every single Phoenix possible to try and make this work out. Thank you so much, by the way, Jay Shinray, coming in with the $3 donation. Says, if everybody reading this gave $3, we could keep WardiTV thriving for years to come. Thank you so much. WardiTV, I like it. It works. It works. Thank you so much. It's your database for StarCraft 2 casting. Thank you so much, Jay Shinray. Appreciate it, dude. Well, Denver is just massing up Lings and Hydras, and I kind of feel... Anderson in the chat says it bluntly, this is over. I'm not going to give much of a chance to GunGfu, I'm not going to lie. Denver does look pretty good at the moment. Again, GunGfu would go to 1-1 after this, with the fact that we don't know his result against Clem currently, and also Beastie Cutie left to play. He's running in, Hydra's coming in from the top side. Sentry takes a little bit of damage already. Dep's having a good time pushing this back. More Zerglings running in. Man, this is just tough, though. Where do you actually split to? I mean, there's an army waiting to come in from the north. There's already an army up on your natural, essentially. Denver comes into the third base as the units come to the left-hand side. And Denver's just kind of ping-ponging them back and forwards until eventually he's forced them into a position where he's going to surround this army. Well, the Hydras on the right not having a great time, so he's just going to keep on going with the Hydras on the left. I mean, again, good damage dealt. Still has some Lings and Hydras ready to come back in here, because this army's now chasing to the left side. The Devs will shade forwards, and these Hydras will probably go down, but again, I mean, as Lings and Hydras stream in, this Nexus does not look like it's going to last that much longer. And Denver will shut down GunGFuBanDa to just 2 bases once again. Another scrappy game starting to develop here, though. This time, Denver does have a more solid of an economy, but again, he still doesn't quite have the army just straight up fight GunGfu. And obviously, that will maybe make things awkward if Denver gets into a position where he has to try and defend. This is only Ling Hydra. This is not Ling Bane Hydra. There's no Baneling Nest involved. No melee upgrades either, so again, priority on the Hydra list more than anything else. And if he really does need something beyond Ling's Hydras, it'll be Roaches that he builds. Throws down the Baneling Nest now, but perhaps... well, perhaps a bit late, maybe. He still has to deal with these Adepts, and that's not going to be easy. They trade so well against these Lings and Hydras. So well. Here you go, Adept shading forwards. Adepts around the right. Phoenix gets taken down there, and again, the Queens and Hydras getting going. Gonna have a pretty good time to clean out. GunGFuBanDa types out GG. Denver picks up the 2-0.